Countdown for blast off. X minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire!
Welcome to Lord Blood-Rah's nerve-wracking theater.
Oh, my lords and ladies, geeks, geekarellas, geekulas, and geekeritas. I am Lord Blood-Rah, and this is Lord Blood-Rah's Nerve-Wrackin' Theater. 71% of the Earth's surface is covered with one global ocean. We divide it up into regions, the Pacific, the Atlantic, the Indian, and the Arctic, but it is one enormous, vast ocean. And only about 5% of this expanse has been explored. Who knows what manner of strange and dangerous creatures lurk beneath the depths? I'll tell you, the makers of this movie tonight sure didn't. Tonight, from 1954, comes the soggy sci-fi saga Monster from the Ocean Floor. The kindest thing TV Guide magazine had to say about this film was, historically, it was the beginning of something big and cheap. More on that later. Well, my lords and ladies, here is a tale of monsters, mysteries, and a tiny little submarine. Here is Monster from the Ocean Floor.
Tropical waters of the Pacific Ocean, along whose shores native villages have existed for thousands of years, but where the white man is a newcomer. For all its beauty, little is known about the land near the water's edge, and less is known about what lies beneath the water's surface. The natives tell strange stories about this sea, stories which to this day have not been disproved. The above-water portions of this motion picture were photographed along this coast. The underwater sequences were actually filmed off its shores at the bottom of the ocean.
You like it? See? My father, he was an artista too. Really? What kind of work does he do now? He don't do nothing. He is dead. Oh, I'm sorry. How can you capture the sweep of the sea with a paint and a brush? I do not blame you. The sea, it makes much unhappiness. It took my father. Was he drowned? No, the thing in there, that got him.
This thing?
What was it? A big devil.
You mean some kind of a sea monster?
Much worse.
You mustn't let your imagination run away with you.
I speak only the truth. And the cove is a terrible thing. It got my father. He is no longer here.
I'm sorry about your father, but we've got to be realistic. I've been swimming in that cove every day of my vacation, and I've yet to see anything any larger than a lobster.
You have your belief. I have mine.
give you a lift?
Very funny.
I'm sorry.
It's all right, you just scared me, that's all.
Here, let me help. Hey, that's good. You really love that, don't you?
You paint too?
No, I'm a marine biologist. Steve Dunning's my name. What's yours?
Julie Blair.
You do this kind of painting for a living, Julie?
No, I'm a merchandise illustrator.
Oh, that's where you paint...
Washing machines, vacuum cleaners, pots and pans.
That takes talent.
Marine biologist?
Mm-hmm. I'm on the staff at Stanford. I was assigned along with Dr. Baldwin to do some research down here along the coast.
Nice work if you can get it.
Did you know that over 70% of the Earth's surface is covered with water? The Pacific alone here has an area of over 73 million square miles. The Atlantic... I'm sorry. There I go, making noises like a biologist again.
It's all right. I've enjoyed hearing you talk.
How would you like to go out and see our boat? You could meet Dr. Baldwin and see the kind of work we do.
No, I...
Oh, come on, it'll be fun.
Do you think both of us could fit into that, What do you call that thing, anyway?
Well, that's my submarine. Come on, I'll show it to you.
All right. Where's the engine?
No engine. I furnish the power. It'll do anything an airplane can do.
Will it fly?
Underwater. How about it? You ready?
Well, what do I do?
Well, you can help me get into the water. You hang on. I'll stay on the surface.
There's never a cop around when you need one. That sub was clearly driving recklessly. I mean, it's a huge ocean. He had to aim to hit her with that tiny sub. Well, let's see if they can make it out to the boat without any watery traffic fatalities after this. If you're watching this, you must love horror, science fiction, B-movies, and weird tales. You can help spread that love by signing up at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah. There you can help support the production of Lord Blood-Rah's Wrackin Theater, presenting the best, worst, and wildest horror and science fiction films ever made. Lord Blood-Rah's Wrackin Auditorium, the podcast featuring chilling old-time radio horror shows best listened to in the dark. And Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour, the kind of show kids in the 60s and 70s would run home from school to see, featuring classic science fiction heroes like Flash Gordon, Tom Corbett Space Cadet, Captain Zero, and many more. Plus, if you sign up, you'll have exclusive access to content available nowhere else, like Lord Blood-Rah's B-movie reviews, radio episode commentaries, and more. Sign up today at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah for the love of horror.
That it could happen in America. That it could happen now. That it could ever happen to me. Another murder tonight. At Watergate. My apartment.
Issue the order that he be taken alive.
The moon hasn't risen yet. Put a guard on me.
We return to Monster from the Ocean Floor as our maritime menace and his luckily uninjured victim go out to the research boat where the plot will progress. One hopes.
meet Miss Blair.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Watch it now, it's slippery.
Oh, it is. There.
And this is Tommy, our one-man
Hi.
crew. Hello. Would you like a towel?
Yes.
Well, care to see some of the work we do, Julie?
I'd love to.
Here, sit right down here. I'll fix this for you. Now take a look inside.
You're looking at diatoms, Julie. Single-celled algae encased in glass-like boxes.
Why, they're stunning.
Here, let me show you another. There.
Those tiny active particles are various forms of protozoa. For their size, the most deadly in the world. It's lucky for us they never grow any larger than this.
Why, it's unbelievable.
You know, the ocean's unbelievable, too. Why, the living matter in it is enough to stagger the mind. Think of it. One female cod alone lays over 8 million eggs. Why, up in the North Sea, we have more than 67,000.
Easy, Steve, easy. Everyone doesn't share our enthusiasm.
I do. Please go on.
Dr. Baldwin and I share some pretty strong theories. We feel that time is running out on the human race.
In what way?
Well, our population is growing too fast for our limited farmlands. The soil is beginning to lose its vigor. We feel that unless some new food sources are found pretty soon, mankind is headed for slow extinction.
Why, that's frightening.
Steve and I both feel that the future food supply will have to come from the sea itself.
If we don't like fish, then what?
Well, we aren't talking about seafood alone. What would you think, for instance, of growing crops on the floor of the ocean?
Think of getting your celery already salted.
Oh, it can be done, Julie. Why, in the shallow waters along the coastal edge, there are these continental shelves. Now, they're covered by silty sand, which is deposited there by the rivers which pour into the ocean.
How long do you think it will be before we can look to the sea for this farm?
Oh, not for a few years yet. What's wrong? Come closer. What's the trouble?
My partner Sanchez, he got on his suit. Down 5 minutes, line stop. Sanchez, he's at the bottom.
Where?
In the cove.
I'm going over. Follow me.
no sign of Sanchez.
He must be down there.
Search the cove thoroughly, not a sign.
Where'd he go? How'd he get out of suit? No opening.
Except this.
No man gets through that.
Then what happened to him? Something bothering you, Julie? You can tell me.
I'm worried about what happened in the cove this afternoon.
Well, I don't blame you. Was pretty tragic. But abalone divers have drowned before.
Not like this, Steve. There wasn't the slightest trace of Sanchez. What could have happened to him?
I don't know.
This morning, I was talking to one of the little Mexican boys. And he told me that his father had been taken by some strange thing down in that same cove.
Don't think a sea serpent got him, do you?
No, but... Steve, these stories about some kind of a devil in the cove. I've talked to some of the other people here. They believe it. You know, there might just be something to it.
Well, even if there is, Julie, I don't think it's your problem.
Somebody's got to do something about it.
Julie, I don't want you taking any chances. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you. You know, I've grown very fond of you in the short time we've known each other.
I like you too, Steve. But I like this little town, too. I just couldn't sit by and watch these people terrorized by... whatever it is.
I still don't see why you have to stick your pretty little chin out.
That's one of the reasons the world's in such a mess, Steve. Everybody's afraid to start something. Well, I'm not.
No, I don't believe you are. Promise me one thing. Help if you can, but don't take any needless chances. The ocean can be dangerous, Julie. Very dangerous.
All right. Shall we go?
All right. Okay. I'll do it.
Do what?
Whatever it is you're building up to.
I wasn't building up to anything.
You can't kid me, young lady. Does it, possibly concern more, sea monsters?
I was thinking about it.
Julie, you've been reading too many science fiction things lately.
Take me out to the cove, will you?
I can't today. I'm overhauling my sub. Maybe tomorrow.
I don't want to wait that long. You didn't mention overhauling your sub before.
Well, I didn't want to bore you.
How far are you on it?
Well, not too far.
Have you actually started working on it yet?
In a figurative sense, yes.
In a literal sense, you mean you haven't begun yet, is that it?
Well, no.
Come on, Superman. Into your sub.
You know, it's not many guys who have "let's hunt a sea monster" on their honey-do list. You know, honey, take the garbage out, honey, fix the toaster. You hear that all the time. Honey, let's take the sub and hunt a sea monster. Now that's unique. Tommy, the one-man crew and towel boy there, was played by the producer of this film, the legendary Roger Corman.
And this is Tommy, our one-man crew. Hello. Would you like a towel?
Yes.
In fact, this is the first film he ever produced, thus the beginning of something big and cheap, as TV Guide magazine observed. He got the idea for this movie after reading an article on a one-man submarine made by Aerojet General. He contacted the company and told them he wanted to use the sub in a movie, but he couldn't pay them. But the publicity would be great for them. Ha ha! They agreed, and Mr. Corman got to use the sub for free. Brilliantly done. We'll see more of the results of that deal after these bits of brilliance.
Dance, baby, dance, come and dance with me. Hear the beat of the pounding sea. Ride, baby, ride, come and ride with me. Let your feet go easy and free.
What do you make of this? Where does the other end go? It dumps into the ocean.
It looks exactly like the South American Fantigua fish. I hope you can take one alive, Sheriff.
I still believe that a human clawed that girl to death. The Beach Girls and the Monster, starring John Hall, Sue Casey, and the glamorous Watusi dancing girls from Hollywood's famed Whiskey A Go-Go nightclub. Music by Frank Sinatra, Jr.
You got a monster in the surf.
Chicks, do you have a problem? You won't have after you meet the monster on the beach. If you see this ghoul, play it cool. Beauties in bikinis, laughing, singing, surfing, sinning. Beach party lovers making hey hey in the moonlight while the monster waits and watches. Yeah. This one will kill you.
Now back to Monster from the Ocean Floor, where our waterlogged couple are about to go in search of the eponymous creature. Eponymous. Look it up.
Now you just follow me down below while I scout the place.
Happy monstering.
You do think there's something down there?
Frankly, yes. I think you're liable to run into a good-sized shark. We have them around here, you know.
Steve, you're just trying to scare me so I won't go down there, but it's not going to work.
I'm sure of that. Seriously, Julie, we do have a man-eater that wanders in here every now and then. Now, if you meet one, here's what you do.
Okay, what do I do if I meet a shark?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Whatever you do, don't head for the surface. He'll snap off your legs like ripe bananas. The safest procedure would be just to stay still. The shark will size you up for a minute, then move on to greener fields. And whatever you do, don't scratch yourself. They can smell blood a mile away.
Aye, aye, Captain. Now follow me down below.
cowered in the sea.
I don't care. Get me out of here.
You're the one who wanted to go monster hunting. How big was this octopus anyway? That's more like it.
It scared me half to death. I thought it was a monster.
Here we go again.
You certainly are stubborn. Don't you believe in anything?
Not in witch hunts. Come on, what do you say we go back and slip into a nice dry martini, huh?
Joe, I'd like to talk to you about what happened yesterday. I've heard that there's some kind of devil down in the cove. Do you know anything about it?
There is some truth.
Do you know whatever it is looks like?
I do not know. But whatever it is not like anything we have ever seen.
When did the first stories about this thing start?
I remember. My sister, she was married that summer.
What year?
1946.
Summer 1946. Soon after the end of the war. Joe, do you know anything else about this? I want every fact I can uncover.
I know nothing more. But Pablo, he has lived here all his life. Perhaps he can help. The cove is his home.
Wait and see him. It's a gift. No, it's for you. You've lived here a long time, haven't you?
See?
There are many stories about your cove. They say that a devil lives here.
These days, one believes many things.
I'm just trying to help. Please believe me. You do, don't you?
Of course, senorita. The ocean shows many forms of life. There are many strange stories. Some there is reason. With my own eyes, I have seen a shark well over 60 feet. The scientificals say that no shark was more than 40 feet, so they say, and so it is to be, but nature, senorita, nature in her way does many strange things. Sometimes she knows not when to start, and sometimes she does not know when to stop.
Then you think there is a chance of what I'm speaking?
Have you ever seen anything strange down in the cove?
Two, 3 times. I see something. Once I see tracks. Not from turtle, not from seal, but made from some strange, shapeless thing that come from water of cove up on the sand.
How large were they?
Oh, more bigger than Wrackin, more bigger than a house.
Do you have any idea what could have left a trail like that?
Have you ever seen anything else?
Yeah. One night in the surf where it's as deep, I see something. At first, I think it's shipped with lantern. And I see it says nothing like that. Nothing like... Oh, Madre de Dios. Nothing like anything I ever see. The lantern was an old, big red eye.
Only one eye?
Only one. It burned and stared at me.
Then what?
Then it slowly went down into the sea again.
Could you make out the shape?
I talk like a pescador who has lived on the sea too long, eh?
No, Pablo. I believe you saw what you said. One more question. What kind of a night was it?
Ah! La Luna! She was up! It was a full moon!
Okay, banga banga.
Since when do you talk a native language?
I just started today.
Well, what do you say?
What do you say? I don't even know what I said.
I need you, oh, my do I, baby? Of course I do. Duke Mitchell and Sammy Petrillo turn an island paradise into the zaniest madhouse in the 7 seas. Charlita puts a gleam in Duke Mitchell's eyes. Your smile only added life to your masquerade. Muriel Landers puts the whammy on Sammy.
Sammy! Run for your life! Go on, get out of here. Run for your life.
Ramona, the romantic chimp, takes off on a romantic chase of her own.
Strange. But interesting.
Really think so? What a charming compliment.
Bela Lugosi finds the perfect subject to turn a gorilla into a goof, and versa versa.
Look, what are you trying to tell me? I don't understand a word. What am I, dumb or something? Don't answer that. Now look, Duke Mitchell, I'm running this game, you understand? And don't talk back. Yeah, now put it on, because we got to get out that door.
Now back to Monster from the Ocean Floor, where Julie now has some idea of the creature she's looking for. Something huge and shapeless with one large red eye.
It looks like a purple people eater to me.
Could be.
Beautiful morning, isn't it?
Ah, si, senorita. It is wasted on me. My Goffredo, he's gone.
Goffredo?
For 12 years we have been together. Now he is no longer with me.
Do you have any idea where he could have gone?
No, senorita. One night he was here. Next morning, no sign.
Has he ever done this before?
No, senorita.
Perhaps you better report it.
I did. They said they would see.
I'm sure they will.
Maybe yes, maybe no. Why should anyone get excited over Goffredo? He's nothing but an old dog.
A dog? I thought that he was your... Never mind.
One gets accustomed to a dog.
Oh, of course. Perhaps he just wandered off on a little excursion of his own.
No. No, I had him tied to doghouse with collar and chain. The collar is still locked. My Goffredo is no longer in it. But a track. A strange track from beach to Goffredo's collar.
What did this track look like?
Eh? Rough. Very rough, like something very, very heavy dragged over sand.
Would you say that it was as large as a wagon?
Bigger. Bigger, 2, even 3 wagons.
My love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. My love is like a melody that sweetly plays in tune.
Play something else, Steve.
In a minute. Wow, clouds are opening up. Look at that moon. Full and rounder than any moon has a right to be.
The moon is full.
Granted, but why the big reaction? Hey, what is this?
Pablo told me that the thing in the cove comes out on moonlight nights.
Julie, if a man has enough tequila, he's liable to see a lot of things.
I believe it.
Okay. Tell me, what exactly did this thing look like?
Pablo said that he couldn't make out the shape of it, but that it was a huge mass with a red eye that glowed bright red.
Brother.
I knew you wouldn't believe me. Listen, Pablo isn't the only one who's seen the monster. I talked to Joe, too, and he told me some things.
Joe?
You know, the man whose partner disappeared from his diving suit. Joe told me that the stories about this thing all began back in the summer of 1946. Why do you suppose there were no reports about this thing until 1946? What could have happened then to start the story?
1946? Well, the bikini underwater experiments were set off then. Maybe that started something.
Maybe it did, Steve. Listen, the radiations of that bomb could have reached this far. They could have caused something in that cove to grow into a monster.
Julie, look, you're a lovely girl, but lovely girls just don't run around worrying about non-existent sea monsters. Promise me you'll get off this thing once and for all.
I'm going to prove to you that I'm right.
Steve! Steve, good news. Oh, it's Dr. Baldwin.
Just received this wire from the university, confirming our funds for the experiment.
Good. Now we can move on down the coast.
I'm very glad for you.
Oh, it'll just be a few weeks, Julie, and we'll be back.
How soon are you leaving?
First thing in the morning. We've got a lot of things to do tonight.
Steve, I guess you better go help Dr. Baldwin with the packing.
Look, come back to the hotel with us.
No, I'd just be in the way. I think I'll stay here for a little while.
Well, all right. We'll be getting our mail at La Paz. You write to me there.
If anything important turns up, I'll write to you, Steve.
You write to me, if only to tell me what you've had for breakfast.
We'll be looking forward to seeing you again, Julie. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye, Doctor.
See you later, Steve.
Goodbye, Julie.
Goodbye, Steve.
You know, I could fall in love with you, Julie.
You've only known me a few hours.
Goodbye, Julie. I'll be back.
entrando. Ah, señor Abdullah, ¿qué tal?
Ah, gracias, muy bien, estoy muy bien. Ah, si les encanta. The moon, eh?
Beautiful, is she not?
Except for what it brings.
Sabi, I do not understand you.
You're not a good deceiver. You know what I speak.
Superstition.
Was it superstition that took Sanjay?
I don't know.
Evil gods have plagued our people before. Only in one way can they be appeased. The fairest must be sacrificed to the thing.
Fairest? That would be...
The young Americana who faints in the cold.
Oh, such things cannot be.
Someone must make certain she fulfills her destiny. You have the blood of your people in your veins. You will do it.
No, I cannot do such a thing. No one believes in sacrifices anymore.
The new generation, the people in cities, they do not believe. But you and I, we have the belief of our fathers.
Our fathers are long dead.
True. Who is your god? Quetzalcoatl or the new one?
But the Padre, he says...
You shall do as I say. What is one life when it will save many? It is simple. A shark was seen in the cove early today. Tomorrow, the girl shall be taken to the cove, and the shark will do the rest. And you will carry out my command.
And so we finally get a look at the monster. No, not the cow, the monster. I wonder how they kept the paper mache from getting soggy in the water. I mean, they clearly couldn't afford rubber.
From the depths of hell comes The Devil's Messenger, starring the master of mystery Lon Chaney and Karen Cannon.
You could leave my message. You'd have to go back. Up there.
I can't. I won't go back.
You deliver that to a Mr. Donald Powell. Don't be afraid of me.
The Devil's Messenger delivers gifts from hell, turning man into a ravaging beast.
I took a picture of that old farmhouse. There's nobody in the picture. You saw it. Was there anybody in it?
No, there wasn't.
Somebody has come out of that house, and they're coming toward me.
Back from the dead, his lovely victim seeks revenge for her horrible death at the hands of a man driven mad by a gift from hell, trapped in her icy tomb until the Devil's Messenger exposed her nakedness in her crystal prison.
Now let's get down to here.
She becomes the object of a scientist's lust. His consuming desire for her drives him to commit murder to keep her for himself. Not since Eve received the apple have gifts inflicted such unnatural consequences.
Tonight at midnight, you will be dead.
Just how do you intend to kill me?
I have no idea. I don't even know you.
The crystal ball foreshadows doom, for it is the plaything of the devil, and only he can change the events it foresees. You must see what the Devil's Messenger has in store for you.
see this artifact?
Down by the rocks. I see it late last night. The water glowed red.
We're on the trail now.
Only one thing, senorita. Do not take risks.
Wonder how Julie is. Fine girl, Julie. Pretty and with a head on her shoulders, too, among other things. Only if it wasn't for that witch hunt of hers. Well, lots of people suffer that way. What sort of beastie does she fear? Well, she's firmly convinced that some sort of horrible monster is lurking in the cove, devouring every living thing that crosses its path. Any basis for her views? None. Don't be so smug, Steve. Oh, no. You too? Lots of intelligent people suffer from things like that. Oh, come on now, Doctor. You're a man of science. You know as well as I that these things usually turn out to be an overgrown sperm whale or something similar. I notice you said usually. You seem to be making exceptions. All right, I'll change my statement. They always turn out to be some simple form of life. I disagree. Lots of times nature plays tricks on us. Like the one you're playing now? Oh, no. Let me tell you a story of my own experience. I was working down in South America a few years ago for an oil company. We kept hearing stories of people disappearing, just like in the comic books. Exactly. Only the stories the natives told dealt with a huge flying reptile. Are you sure it wasn't a flying red horse? No, it seems this monster originated from the depths of the ocean to soar landward in search of warm-blooded victims. The description led me to believe it was a pteranodon, a winged reptile with a wingspan of 30 feet. He was extinct after the Stone Age. Well, I found it hard to believe, too. Until one day, a severe storm struck our area. It lasted about a week, and when it was over, I was taking a stroll on the beach. That's when I found it. Found what? A large leathery object the size of a watermelon. I took it to the lab and dissected it. And it turned out to be a reptilian egg. It had the embryonic structure of a pteranodon. Well, that sort of finding has happened before.
I know, but this egg wasn't fossilized. The egg was still alive. Soon that egg would have hatched and released a monstrous form of life that supposedly has been extinct for hundreds of centuries.
For a pretty senorita?
Si. She lives in San Vicente. I have a meeting with her for supper.
Oh.
Something is wrong?
I was going to ask you to row me out to the coast.
Oh, mañana perhaps, but not today. Besides, you think it wise after your meeting with the shark?
I'm not afraid.
Hey. Why you not take my boat? She little and you're all good as me. Permit me, I put your things in the boat. Or would you please look at my back door to see if it is locked? Grazie, signorina. Grazie.
Well, better luck next time, Pablo. A couple of things about Dr. Baldwin's story bugs me.
We kept hearing stories of people disappearing.
Just like in the comic books.
Exactly. Only the stories the natives told dealt with a huge flying reptile.
Reptile? Don't you mean reptile?
The description led me to believe it was a pteranodon.
Pteranodon? You mean a pteranodon?
That's when I found it.
Found what?
A large leathery object the size of a watermelon.
Oh, don't you mean a Wattel Malone? Hey, geeks. Want more Lord Blood-Rah? To help support the show and get exclusive content found nowhere else, sign up at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah.
Larry!
From the exotic geisha houses of Tokyo to the back alleys of the Ginza Strip comes the terrifying news of a fiendish creature that threatens to destroy all who stand in his way. This is the frightening story of an American reporter in Tokyo who unwittingly became the victim of a shocking scientific experiment that turned him into a horrible mutant, half man, half monster, the Manster.
What happened?
He got away.
I think I know where he's going, to Taras. Follow me.
Right. There's panic in the streets as the unheard of terror of a half man, half monster runs wild through the city. There he goes! Don't miss The Manster, a genuine thriller in the most frightening sense of the word.
Now back to Monstel from the Ocean Fleur, as Dr. Baldwin might mispronounce it, as Pablo, who is being played by the director of this film, Wyatt Ordung, love to hear Dr. Baldwin take a crack at that one, has failed in his attempt to sacrifice Julie to the creature by draining the air from her scuba tank. Let's see what he'll try next.
That Carlos and Mandy failed to complete a mission.
Tell me, how's everything on the mainland?
Pretty good, senor.
That's fine. Thanks for the quick delivery, Carlos. I'm hungry, let's eat. It's a good idea. Care to join us in a bit of chow, Carlos?
1,000 thanks, but I must complete my other assignment. This is for you.
Well, thank you, Carlos.
Adios.
Adios. Doctor, what goes good with chili crab curry? Crackers. Why can't I think of things like that?
Julie's fine, I hope. Yes, except for that obsession she has about a sea monster. Well, I certainly give her credit. She's really persistent. Cookies from home? Worse. Conclusive evidence of Julie's sea monster. Oh? It seems she went prowling in the cove with a grappling hook. Snagged onto the mysterious mass and a fierce struggle ensued. And well, after the titanic struggle was over, she managed to salvage her grappling hook. Here, affixed to the end of it, were bits of the mysterious monster. You know, pretty good-sized fish stray into those coves. My guess is she snagged onto an irate stingray. Doesn't look like the flesh of a stingray. Or any other fish I've ever seen. Let's see what some of this canned meat will do to this stuff. Why, it's disintegrating. Intercellular absorption. Why, it's assimilating the meat. Organic life of some sort, but what? It could be an amoeba, but I've only seen it in the most minute size.
What could cause it to grow out of proportion this way?
It could be one of many things. Some freak accident, dietary supplement. It even could be caused by the radiation from the bikini explosion.
It could absorb a man.
Or a woman.
Tommy, cast off! On the double! Let's go.
You get more speed out of this thing. Gotta go in full speed now. Charts.
Pablo.
Si, senorita.
Anchor the boat. I'm going down here.
Oh, no, senorita. The waters are too dangerous. I cannot do it.
Do what?
Our legends say if the fair one is sacrificed, the monster will leave in peace.
Why, that's ridiculous. Certainly you don't believe a thing like that.
Fear can do many things.
Did you let the air out of the oxygen container?
Senorita, even when I do it, I know it will not work, but I must do something. Oh, forgive me, senorita. I would not harm you.
But you sure tried real hard. And speaking of trying real hard, we'll come back for the conclusion of Monster from the Ocean Floor after these commercials. Try really hard.
From Haiti, land of the voodoo, comes the most infamous cult of all. Bela Lugosi as Murder Legendre.
I see death.
Master of the undead damned. The sinister power behind the white zombie.
Zombies? Yes. They are my servants.
This soul killer takes men from their graves to be his slaves. His instruments of terror, and now this fiend plots to possess a woman.
Only a pinpoint, Monsieur Beaumont, in a glass of wine, or perhaps a flower.
Keep it, monsieur. Keep it. You may change your mind.
Not dead? Are you mad? I saw her die. The doctor signed the certificate. I saw them bury her.
captive in the borderland between life and death. Her brain drained of the life spark. The white zombie obeys the unholy commands of her demon master. As mindless creatures carry out his cursed will, terror explodes in horror and heartquake.
Zombie! Allez, allez!
Never eyes so evil, never powers so potent, never magic so black. Bela Dracula Lugosi, as the master of the white zombie.
And now the conclusion of Monster from the Ocean Floor, as Pablo has confessed to Julie that he has been trying to sacrifice her to the monster. Be prepared for her violent reaction.
All right. If you'll help me now.
Propeller's foul. I'll have to go clear it.
us out in the water.
That shot of the monster getting the mini-sub in the eye reminded me of something. Yes, that's it! Georges Méliès' A Trip to the Moon from 1902. That was a groundbreaking film. Unlike this one. But this was Roger Corman's first production credit, so there's that. And after this, something else.
understand you're not unaware of my position in this house.
Well, maybe you can tell us about it.
I'm being kept a prisoner here against my will. I'm alone and friendless. They're trying to destroy my mind, Mr. Lee. By innuendo and indirection, they're trying to make me believe I've done something dreadful in the past.
Perhaps I can explain, Mr. Lee. We don't believe there's anything wrong with Laura now. But we are sure something will happen to her mind if she continues to live under this strain.
Just as I told you, they're behind it. Can't I make that clear to you? They spend all their time trying to terrify me.
Just to put the blindfold on, and you will know the truth.
No!
My lords and ladies, as always, a short film for me means a big surprise for you. And tonight, I don't quite know what to tell you. What you're about to see are 2 episodes of a children's series from the 1960s. And I want to warn you, while watching these shows, you may feel as though someone has spiked your snacks with illicit substances. Rest assured, they haven't. You are really seeing what you're seeing. Here is episode 1 of Diver Dan, entitled Hard Water.
Below in the deep there's adventure and danger. That's where you'll find Diver Dan. The sights that he sees are surprising and stranger than ever you'll see on the land.
The ocean floor is unknown to man, except to our hero, the brave diver Dan. He's searching the depths of the 7 seas. Now you may share in these strange mysteries.
Quiet, you idiot.
And how it made everyone's dreams come true.
Captain.
What's the matter, Dan?
Will you shut off the radio or whatever it is that's coming through on the intercom? It's very distracting.
What radio? We don't have a radio on.
What are all those voices?
What voices? It's quiet up here. All I hear on the intercom is your voice.
Oh, boy, that was great.
What's going on here? I know I hear voices. And that's someone singing. But at the bottom of the sea? Maybe I've been diving too long. It seems to be coming from over there.
Hi there, Georgie Porgy.
Well, Felly, what's new?
I was just on my way to visit the mermaid.
Minerva?
Yep. She promised to sing us a song.
Oh, great.
Well, come along. What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
Well, I heard a squeak.
And so did I.
Well, bless my gill and fins.
A new fish. And a cute one.
Oh, she's scared. Well, come on now, pretty little fish. We won't harm you. I'm Finley the haddock. And this is Georgie the porgy.
Here comes Doc Sturgeon.
Oh, good. Hey, Doc.
Yeah? Oh, Finley. How are you today? Well, I hope.
Doc, look what we found.
A cute little fish, bright as a coin.
Well, bless my scales. How cute. Wherever did she come from?
We don't know. Oh, she's scared.
Well, now, boys, on the basis of medical and physiological evidence, I diagnose her as a stranger to the reef.
Is that good or bad?
Georgie, you go tell Miss Minerva. If she agrees, we'll bring the pretty little fish to her.
Right out, Finley.
Yes, Finley, this little fish will require special care. She's not used to the life in the deep. Enemies like the bear and bar and barracuda would Oh, don't worry, Doc. I'll guard her until Georgie can ask a mermaid whether... Hey, Georgie's coming back. Something wrong?
I don't know. The strangest thing.
What?
A hard, round lump of water.
Eh? What do you mean?
A lump of hard water. You can't swim through it.
Hard water?
Swim up. See for yourself.
Let's go.
Why, I must be losing my mind. Whose are voices I hear?
Diver Dan! Diver Dan, this is the captain. What are you mumbling about?
I think I hear voices, Captain. One of them is singing.
Dan, the pressure must be getting you. Prepare to surface.
No, not yet. I've got to find out where those voices are coming from.
See? It's a round lump of hard water, like I said.
That bright little fish is unprotected, Trigger.
Yeah, boss.
Don't call me boss. I'm Baron Barracuda.
Yeah, you sure are, boss.
Then call me Baron, you fool.
Oh, okay, Baron, you fool.
I see our chance to grab that new little fish. Now, when I give the signal... Maybe I am losing my mind. Where are those voices coming from?
Diver Dan, prepare to ascend.
No.
That's an order, Dan. We have a lot of work to do in this part of the ocean. This is a scientific expedition.
But, Captain...
I told you it's an order.
Yes, sir.
We're standing by. Give the signal when you're all clear.
All clear.
What was that all about, boy? Well, boys, I don't think it's water at all. It's not even ice. It's something that is called glass. Glass, huh? What does it do?
Careful now.
What's that? Oh, it's Goldie.
The Baron.
We've got to save her. Come on, men. Whoops. Ouch.
You knocked it off the ledge.
Way down deep, 3 friendly fish saw a round glass bowl. A frightened goldfish hides in a coral hole. The friendly fish would go all out to help the pretty stranger. How can the bowl they found protect her from her danger?
He moves among creatures of frightening features, flashing teeth, flashing jaws, clapping and snapping claws. He protects and he saves his friends under the waves. That's where you'll find Diver Dan.
Assume the position and open your minds wide. It's time for your cranial cavity search. Yes, my lords and ladies, the cranial cavity search. Here's a chance for all you great geeks out there to prove your geek cred by showing what you know. And tonight's cranial cavity search question is: which movie or TV series is this creature from? Which movie or TV series is this creature from? Is it A, The Beast of Harper Cove, B, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, the TV series, C, The Beach Girls and the Monster, or D, The Time Tunnel, the TV series? Where did this sea creature appear? We'll find out after these messages, I hope, won't make you disappear. Hey, geeks, want more Lord Blood-Rah? To help support the show and get exclusive content found nowhere else, sign up at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah. And the answer to tonight's cranial cavity search question. Which movie or TV series is this creature from? It was B. Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Yes, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, the 1960s TV series in which the crew of the nuclear submarine Seaview faced a new monster pretty much every week. This guy, known as the Amphibian, appeared in the episode The Deadly Amphibians, and joined the ranks of other creatures that appeared on the show, like the werewolf, the man-beast, the giant sea spider, the mummy, and whatever this thing is. Honestly, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, after its first season, was like a 1950s monster movie set in a submarine every week. But now, we go on to episode 2 of Diver Dan, where I'm still not sure if Diver Dan is shocked and amazed to discover that fish are intelligent and speak English, or if he's having a bad reaction to the 3-day-old shrimp scampi he had for lunch. Let's see. This might get messy.
Below in the deep there's adventure and danger. That's where you'll find Diver Dan. The sights that he sees are surprising and stranger than ever you'll see on the land.
The vicious barracuda waits the tiny fish to snare. Will he succeed in his plan? How will Goldie fare? Into the strange deep world below, a diving man descends. The mermaid tells the other fish that they will soon be friends.
Come on, men. Ooh, ouch.
You're knocking off the ledge.
The Baron.
Ouch, curses.
Hey, Doc. Georgie, look. The hard water is over Goldie. The Baron can't get her. What do we do now, boss?
Come on, let's get out of here. But, my pretty little one, we'll be back.
Oh, she's safe. The Baron has gone away.
Oh, thank goodness. Boys, the Baron will be back. We must get Miss Minerva.
Right, Doc. The mermaid will take care of her.
She's safe inside there for a while. Let's go get Miss Minerva.
Hurry!
I'll get her yet.
What do we do now, boss?
Not boss, Baron, you idiot.
What do we do now, Baron, you idiot?
That hard thing over the little fish is a glass bowl, like a glass bottle.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it'll break.
Break?
Right. Trigger, that rock on the ledge. You can push it onto the bowl. It will break the bowl, and we'll get the little fish.
Baron, stupid. You're smart.
But of course.
Let's hurry.
Miss Minerva will protect the little one.
I hope she's really safe from the Baron.
Now, you shrimp ration, when I give the signal push. Oh, you mean push? Ready now?
Oh, we're nearly there. Hurry, fellas.
Finley, Doc, look up there.
Ooh, suffering catfish. What's that?
It's not a fish. It's a monster. I've never seen a fish like that before.
It's a monster.
Careful, boys. It may be dangerous. Dangerous or not, we've still got to tell Miss Minerva the mermaid about the Baron and that pretty fish.
Right. That little fish is in danger.
Yes, boys, you're right. We need Minerva's help.
Well, let's hurry before the wicked Baron Barracuda gets the poor little fish.
Ready now, Trigger? When we push this rock on that glass bowl, it will break, and the bright little fish will be ours.
Ready when you are, Baron.
Together now. Push. Funny, I can't budge it.
Oh, sure is heavy, isn't it, boss? I'll try again. Whoops! What's that?
What's that?
What's that?
I said, what's that?
And I said, what's that?
Oh, you mean that?
I'm getting out of here.
Sometimes, Trigger, your ideas have some merit.
Miss Minerva! Miss Minerva!
Why, Findlay, what's the matter?
Trouble, Miss Minerva. Danger.
The Baron again?
Yes, but also a monster.
A monster?
Oh, yes, Miss Minerva, with arms sort of like yours, but no tail, and a big round metal head.
And a long, long snake from its head to the surface.
A long snake, arms, and a metal head. Oh, boys, that's not a monster.
Maybe, but it's no minnow either.
It's a human from the world above the sea. What looks like a long snake is a hose through which he breathes air. You needn't worry. It's just an ordinary man.
But, well, he might be dangerous.
Just don't get too close, boys.
Minerva, we have other news.
News?
Oh, yes, a new fish. A tiny, pretty one.
A fish from the fresh water.
A cute little thing. The color of those bright yellow coins.
Finley, you must mean a goldfish.
A goldfish, yes. That's what she is.
She'll need protection in the big ocean.
Well, I'll say, the Baron is after her already.
That wicked Baron. Show me where she is, boys.
Will the diver save the day for Finley and his friends? Can they stop the Baron's plot to gain his evil ends? But will the wicked Baron harm this fish of gold? Don't miss Dan's next adventure, which will soon unfold.
He moves among creatures of frightening features, flashing teeth, slashing jaws, flapping fins, snapping claws. He protects and he saves his friends under the waves. That's where you'll find Diver Dan.
Did Diver Dan really see fish who think and speak? Or has one too many deep-sea dives caused his brain to leak? Will he save the fish of gold from the evil Baron? Or should he seek professional help and get some psychiatric caring? Baron and Karen, it rhymes. Well, close enough. Anyway, my lords and ladies, so ends our oddly aquatic evening. I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to invite you all back again next week when we'll do whatever this is all over again. And As always, I am Lord Blood-Rah saying, geek out.